Hello everyone, I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Now, Plarium is coming in with a shocking surprise. I've made a video a few days ago talking about this topic, why they're not making any guaranteed events from Ancient Shards or Sacred Shards anymore. It's been a while since we had them, and if they will make any in the future, they will change them quite a bit. And oh boy, we are in for quite a bit of a change in here, because this weekend, we're going to have a guaranteed event from Ancient Shards. We're going to have a 10x event as well, which we're going to cover in just a minute. So basically, guys, this weekend, okay, we're going to have a 10x starting on Friday as usual. The theme for it is kind of like defense up champions. I'm not going to go over builds and stuff because we have a couple of other things that I do want to cover in today's video. Basically, the very first champion that we have on the list is one of the most OP champions for Live Arena at the moment, and it's no one else but Siphi the Lost Bride. Doomin, brother, yes, I know you're gonna go broke this weekend because you've been hunting for Siphi for such a long time. That's a clanmate of mine, guys. He tried every single 10x on Siphi, he still didn't got it. And he's not free to play or anything like that. It's just his luck. Sleep unresistible on the A1, block debuffs, increase defense, increase speed, increase turn meter on a 4-turn cooldown on the A2, revive a single ally with 55% HP, full turn meter, increase attack, increase crit rate, for 2 turns. Great to revive Rotos. Heals each ally by 10% of their max HP at the start of their turn. A 40% chance of removing freeze and fear debuffs from each ally at the start of their turn. Removes all debuffs from Rotos the Lost Groom at the start of their turn if they are on the same team. Pretty juicy, guys. Then the next champion that we have on the 10x, guys, is going to be no one else but the Bishop. Archbishop Pintroy. On the A1, attacks one enemy, transfers a random debuff from the champion to the target, has a chance to steal a random buff, increase accuracy on all allies, then places heal reduction and the block buffs on all enemies for 2 turns. Champions from specific factions cannot resist the debuffs. Then heals all allies, increase defense, and a shield buff on each ally for 2 turns, equal to 30% of their max HP. The passive removes all decreased defense and weaken from this champion at the start of each turn. Accuracy aura in all battles. Interesting champion. I wouldn't go crazy after him, honestly. If I would have him, I wouldn't use him probably anywhere whatsoever. They're champions that do block buffs and they kind of like bring a bit of more utility for Hydra as an idea. I'm not saying you cannot use him, but I don't think he's that OP as a champion, you know. The next one that we have on the list, guys, is going to be no one else but Martyr. One of the very few counter-attack champions in the game. Very good base stats. Defense down on the A1. Increase defense counter-attack on a 3-turn cooldown on all allies. Decrease attack and provoke on all enemies. Defense aura for all battles, which is definitely pretty good. The next champion that we have on the list is going to be no one else but Kyoku. Awesome champion. I definitely think she's one of the best tanks in the game. Attacks one enemy. Will place 3 hits if the target is under 3 or more debuffs. Each hit has a 40% chance of landing a weaken. Attacks all enemies. Has a 100% chance fully booked to land decrease attack. If the decrease attack doesn't land after attacking, she has a 100% chance if she's fully booked to land HP burn on all enemies. Then we have ally protection on all allies. Block damage on this champion grants an extra turn. And the passive, every time this champion is hit by a critical hit, heals all allies by 15% of their max HP, then places a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns. Defense aura for all battles. Then we have Ursula the Mourner, a pretty strong epic champion, guys. Definitely a pretty good carry. Nothing too crazy on the A1, a small chance to decrease turn meter. You have decrease attack, increase attack on all enemies and on all allies. Then you have revives all allies, increase defense, strengthen, fills the turn meter by 50%, 75% HP. This is a pretty strong one. Shame that she's using this skill even if there are no champions to be revived. And you have a speed aura for Doom Tower battles. The next champion that we have on, guys, is going to be Seeker. Awesome champion if you want to do clan boss. Awesome champion as a 2nd turn meter booster if you need it. Fills the turn meter by 30%, increase attack on all allies, grants an extra turn, And the passive, very similar with Kyoku. You're getting increased defense whenever he gets hit with a critical hit. And the A1 has a chance to provoke. Then we have Massalia Mage. With the A1, he has a chance to land decreased speed, increase crit rate, increase defense, and block debuffs on all allies on a 3-turn cooldown. Some of the buffs, they go for 2 turns. Immunity goes for 1. Then removes all debuffs from all allies with the A3. Heals all allies by 10% of this champion's max HP. Heals them by a further 10% if 1 or more debuffs are removed. And fills the turn meter by 15 if 2 or more debuffs are being removed from that ally. He's still a pretty good champion, actually. You can definitely get a lot of value out of Massalia Mage. And the last champion that we have on the 10x for this event, guys, is going to be Grizzled Jarl. On the A1, he has a chance to land heal reduction. You have increased defense and immunity for 1 turn on this skill. And attacks all enemies, a chance to land decrease attack, and destroys each target's max HP by 30% of the damage inflicted. Not that amazing anymore. He used to be very solid before when we had few champions that they were doing increased defense or block debuffs, but that's a pretty standard thing in 2023. Now, also, we're planning to launch a guaranteed champion event simultaneously with the 10x event. Anyone has a bit of a guess in here? Anyone at all? You? No? Nobody at all? So we have a guaranteed event. Of course. It's gonna be for no one else but Alsgar. The Jetney fusion comes to an end, guys. Alsgar Crimson Horn is gonna be guaranteed. Now, a lot of you guys might be wondering, Skratch, is this champion even worth it? You don't have to think about it that you're gonna go and get him because of Jetney, okay? You're not doing it for it. A lot of you guys might be struggling with clan boss teams. You need an unkillable clan boss team. Well, he will enable you to do an unkillable clan boss team. He will enable you to farm Iron Twins Fortress. So, as a champion, for progression, if you are in any of these situations, I think he will be worth it 100%. Hands down, and I'm going to explain you more in just a second. Now, the event will cost you exactly 180 ancient shards. So the regular price for an ancient shard is $1. If you purchase the rookie pack daily, you can farm them much easier compared to any other shard in the game. 180 shards is still a lot. We've never had a guaranteed event from ancient shards that was over 150 ancient shards. So 180 is quite a bit. The good part about it is that you can purchase them with gems. So if you are close to it, you're going to be able to spend a few gems and get more shards. Now, why am I saying it that this event is still worth it? Some of you guys might need a clan boss champion. If this champion will enable you to do Ultra Nightmare, to get the top chests on Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare, go and get the champion if you have the shards. The investment is going to be repaid back very fast because you're going to get tons of awesome resources from the clan boss. If you're not in that situation and you're kind of like, well, should I go for this champion? With the A1, attacks one enemy, heals this champion by 20% of the damage, has a 40% chance of increasing the duration of 2 random debuffs on the target champion by 1 turn. Nothing special. Attacks all enemies, has a 100% chance fully booked of removing 2 random buffs from all enemies, has a 100% chance of removing all buffs from all enemies, even if this attack lands as a weak hit, only if Jetney is on the same team. Places a continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. This champion doesn't deal crazy damage or anything like that. We've already tested him, so do not expect him to be a nuker. The A3 fully heals a target ally, places a block damage buff on all allies for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. If you're not worried about clan boss, if you're not worried about Iron Twins Fortress, don't go for the event unless you have the shards to waste without stressing about it. That's my take on it. When attacked, has a 50% chance of placing decreased speed debuff on the attacker for 2 turns. You're not really going to use him on the Iron Twins with Jetney the Giant, so the chance to decrease the speed is still going to be 50%. It's a pretty good passive. Block damage, great for clan boss, great for the Iron Twins. Out of here, I don't really think I'm going to have a big use for this champion, regardless where I am in the game. Yes, you can use him in dungeons for 1 or 2 weeks till you get something better. It's very easy to replace him there. Up to you guys what you're gonna do. This is my take on the champion. I feel like if you're not stressed about clan boss and things, I wouldn't bother to go for the champion. My opinion on it. Then another thing that I do want to mention, guys, we have the final for the Hydra Creator Clash. It's me versus Nub Raids, and it's going to happen in around 30 minutes. By the time this video is out, we're gonna be live on Deadwood Jedi's stream on the YouTube. So head over and check it out. Here we are, final, me and Nub Raids. So this is his team right here. Probably he stole Nekmotar, if I remember it correctly. And this is my team right here. And I stole Marichka and I stole Taras. So it's going to be a pretty interesting one. The rotation changed as well. Came in as a surprise for me and Nubs, most probably. But yeah, guys, that's what we have for today's video. Appreciate all of you guys watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you going for the guaranteed event or you're not? Much love, and I'll catch you all soon in the next one. Peace.